Nature's unstoppable force landslides. From lush rainforests to towering mountains, our planet is a tapestry woven with breathtaking beauty and raw, untamed power. But sometimes, this balance is disrupted, and the very forces that shape our world transform into agents of chaos. Landslides, sudden events where gravity exerts its dominance over earth and rock, are a stark reminder of nature's awesome power. Often triggered by heavy rainfall, earthquakes, or volcanic activity, landslides can reshape landscapes in the blink of an eye, leaving destruction in their wake. How do these dramatic events unfold? What geological processes lead to such catastrophic transformations? Our journey through the top 10 most destructive landslides begins in the rugged landscapes of Utah, USA. In April of 1983, the Thistle landslide took place. Triggered by heavy rains and melting snowpack, a massive chunk of earth, over 200 million cubic meters in volume, broke loose from the mountainside. This catastrophic event buried the small town of Thistle under millions of tons of debris. The landslide dammed the Spanish Fork River, creating a lake that inundated the town and surrounding areas. Homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure were swallowed by the rising waters. The economic impact was devastating, with damages exceeding $200 million. The Thistle landslide serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature and the vulnerability of human settlements. We travel now to the Pamir Mountains of Tajikistan, a region known for its towering peaks and treacherous terrain. In July of 1949, this region experienced one of the deadliest landslides in recorded history, the Khait landslide. Triggered by a powerful earthquake, the landslide sent an avalanche of rock and debris crashing down onto the villages below. The village of Khait, nestled in the valley, bore the brunt of the disaster. The sheer scale of the landslide was staggering, with over 40 million cubic meters of material displaced. The resulting debris flow obliterated everything in its path. Over 200 people lost their lives, a testament to the devastating human cost often associated with such events. The Khait landslide stands as a grim reminder of the destructive power of earthquakes and their ability to trigger secondary hazards. Our countdown continues in the Sichuan province of China, a region known for its stunning natural beauty and its susceptibility to seismic activity. In August of 1933, the Diexi slides, a series of catastrophic landslides, struck the region, leaving a trail of devastation. Triggered by a powerful earthquake, the Diexi slides involved the collapse of multiple mountainsides, unleashing an estimated 300 million cubic meters of rock and debris. The landslides dammed the Min River, creating a massive lake that submerged several villages and vast stretches of farmland. The resulting floods caused widespread destruction, claiming the lives of over 2,500 people. The Diexi slides highlight the importance of understanding the complex interplay between different natural hazards. This disaster serves as a tragic example of the devastating consequences when human settlements are located in areas prone to multiple natural hazards. Chapter 4, Number 7, the Goldau landslide. We journey now to the Swiss Alps, a region renowned for its majestic peaks and picturesque villages. In September of 1806, the tranquility of this idyllic landscape was shattered by the Goldau landslide, a disaster that would forever alter the region's topography. Triggered by days of heavy rainfall, a massive slab of rock, over 40 million cubic meters in volume, detached from the slopes of Mount Rossberg. The landslide thundered down the mountainside, engulfing the villages of Goldau, Rothen, and Bussing. Over 450 people perished, their homes and livelihoods buried beneath tons of rock and debris. The disaster sent shockwaves throughout Switzerland, serving as a grim reminder of the ever-present power of nature. Chapter 5, Number 6, the Kelcevo landslide. Our journey takes us to the Republic of Macedonia, a landlocked country in southeastern Europe. In July of 2005, the region experienced the devastating impact of the Kelcevo landslide, triggered by torrential rainfall. Days of relentless downpours saturated the soil, weakening the slopes above the village of Kelcevo. When the earth finally gave way, it did so with terrifying speed and force. The landslide, a torrent of mud, rock, and debris, surged down the mountainside, engulfing everything in its path. The village of Kelcevo bore the brunt of the landslide's impact, transforming the once vibrant community into a scene of utter devastation. The Kelcevo landslide claimed the lives of 15 people and caused significant economic damage. Chapter 6. Number 5. The Vargas tragedy. Our countdown now takes us to the coastal mountains of Venezuela, where in December of 1999, a series of catastrophic landslides, known as the Vargas tragedy, unfolded. Triggered by days of torrential rainfall, the Vargas tragedy was a stark reminder of the devastating power of nature's fury. The relentless downpours saturated the steep slopes, weakening the soil and setting the stage for a disaster of unprecedented scale. The landslides, a series of mudflows and debris avalanches, roared down the Avila mountain, sweeping across the Vargas state with terrifying speed and force. Coastal towns and cities were caught in the path of destruction, with entire neighborhoods buried under meters of mud. We journey to the Andes Mountains of Colombia, where in November of 1985, the Nevado del Ruiz volcano erupted, triggering a chain of events that would culminate in one of the deadliest natural disasters in history, the Armero tragedy. The eruption, though relatively small in volcanic terms, melted glaciers and snowcaps on the volcano's summit, sending torrents of water, ice, and volcanic debris cascading down its slopes. These lahars, as they are known, gained momentum and volume as they surged down the Lagunilla River Valley. The town of Armero, located some 74 kilometers from the volcano, lay directly in the path of the lahars. The town was caught completely off guard when the wall of mud, rock, and debris slammed into it with terrifying force. The lahars engulfed Armero in a matter of minutes, with buildings collapsing and thousands of people swept away in the raging torrent. Our countdown takes us to the Himalayan region of northern India, where in June of 2013, a catastrophic cloudburst triggered a series of devastating landslides and flash floods. The cloudburst, an extreme weather event characterized by exceptionally heavy rainfall over a short period, unleashed its fury on the already fragile slopes of the Himalayas. The deluge saturated the soil, weakening the mountainsides and setting the stage for a cascade of landslides. The landslides ripped through the mountainous terrain, sending tons of rock, mud, and debris crashing down into valleys below. Villages were buried, roads were swept away, and rivers transformed into raging torrents. The Kedarnath Valley, a popular pilgrimage destination, was particularly hard hit, with the Mandakini River breaching its banks and inundating the Kedarnath Temple and surrounding areas. Our journey now takes us to the mountainous terrain of China's Shanxi province, where in May of 1983, the catastrophic North Yungai landslide occurred, claiming the lives of over 2,500 people. The landslide, triggered by heavy rainfall that saturated the lowest slopes, was a disaster of immense proportions. Loess, a wind-deposited sediment known for its instability when wet, transformed into a deadly slurry, surging down the mountainside with terrifying speed and force. The landslide engulfed the village of North Yungai and several surrounding settlements, burying homes, businesses, and farmland under millions of cubic meters of mud and debris. The sheer scale of the disaster overwhelmed rescue efforts, leaving many trapped beneath the debris with little hope of survival. The North Yungai landslide highlighted the importance of understanding geological hazards and implementing appropriate land use planning to mitigate risks. Our countdown culminates in the Haiyuan county of Gansu province, China, where in December of 1920, the most destructive landslide in recorded history unfolded, claiming the lives of over 100,000 people. The Haiyuan landslide, triggered by a massive earthquake measuring 8.5 on the Richter scale, was a disaster of unimaginable proportions. The earthquake unleashed a cascade of landslides across a vast area, reshaping the terrain and burying entire villages under millions of tons of rock and debris. The landslide sent shockwaves across the region, literally and figuratively. The village of Sujiahi, located near the epicenter of the earthquake, was completely obliterated by the landslide, leaving no trace of its existence. The landslide blocked rivers, creating temporary dams that later burst, unleashing catastrophic floods downstream. The landslides we've explored stand as stark reminders of nature's raw power and the importance of respecting the delicate balance of our planet. While we cannot prevent earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or heavy rainfall, we can take steps to mitigate the risks, and protect human lives. Scientists and engineers are constantly working to improve our understanding of landslides and develop innovative solutions for early warning systems, slope stabilization techniques, and hazard mapping. Governments and communities are implementing stricter building codes, land use planning policies, and disaster preparedness programs. By educating ourselves about the risks of landslides, supporting research and mitigation efforts, and advocating for responsible land management practices, we can create a safer and more resilient future. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button for more top of everything videos.